Hi, my name is William Burns. I'm CEO of WTE Entertainment Films, partner with my wife, Elena Bleskina Burns. We're a feature film company, and our projects are 6 major films budgeted from $11 million to $65 million, and we have major stars, 2 of which are signed, and we have major directors, 2 of which are signed, and financing for 1 of the pictures. We started a class recently. I'm a life member of the Actors Studio. I've been devout to Lee Strasberg for many years. I actually traveled from Kalamazoo, Michigan to New York City in the trunk of a car with only $60 in my pocket. The sole purpose was study with this great master, Lee Strasberg, and so I did. I'm wanting to bring this true to light to the people out here, the ones that are intense, the ones that are passionate about being artists, about being actors of note, not the ones who want to jump around and on the set as extras and think that's really doing something. I've had a few of those in class, and they're unfocused. They have no background, no knowledge of the art form of acting, and very little knowledge of the people that have arrived at greatness other than the current young guy that's a major star, or the current young girl that's a major star. I want to teach what Stanislavski taught Lee Strasberg, the incredible vision and fantasy of being real as an artist, the unique ability to create the truth from yourself into the form of the character that you're portraying, not pretending it, not speaking the lines as though you know that character, but coming from yourself and making that character come alive. But that's what we do as actors. We are saying someone else's words, the author's words, and we may have to make those words our own, of the authors, so they ring true to the audience. And that's what I do as a life member of the Actors Studio, as a Broadway actor, as someone who's done virtually everything in this business, starring in, I never did the extra thing. I have a wide background in a multiple number of areas that I think would be helpful for the young student who really wants to work, the student who doesn't miss something because he's got to meet the guys or gals at the local cafe and discuss how wonderful they'll be one day without really working hard to be that wonderful. The artists in each student that is begging for some kind of direction, some kind of pathway that will unleash that talent that he has so it becomes a united form within the character they're portraying. That's what I can do. I've done it coaching people. I've done it coaching actors who have won many awards, and while I was doing that, I was starring on Broadway. While I was doing that, I was starring in films or television shows at Universal because I was under contract. While I was doing that, I was going to Lee Strasberg's private classes. He invited me to become a life member of the Actors Studio. And while I was doing all of that, I was under contract to the Metropolitan Opera. That's a lot of accomplishment for a kid that came from a town of 3,000 people with virtually no one that wanted me to be an actor. They wanted me to be a doctor. No one that had any concept of acting other than what they saw on the television, corny soap operas and such. I have a passion for the work. I have a passion for the truth of the work, and I have a real passion for the artists involved in the work. When I see a talent, a guy, a girl, and I see flashes of brilliance, I can't wait to work with them privately within the framework of a class, because I know there's a gem there. I know there's something golden. When I talk about that, I can talk about someone close to me. I've got an incredibly talented wife who, before she started being involved in this business, didn't particularly really focus on this area of her life. She grew up dancing as a child dancer in Siberia, but she's discovered within herself this ability to be her in the character and all the individual nuances she has that makes this character come alive. You'll see back behind me a scene that she's doing from Streetcar Named Desire, in which she played Blanche. Blanche is usually thought of as a light, kind of whimsical female. Elena, my wife, is a major athlete in Russia. She's strongly built, she's got a beautiful physique, she's beautiful in every which way, but she's not this thin little girl. And the girl that she's playing Blanche with, who's playing Stella, is that little girl, that little child stuff, as Blanche would be as a Southern belle. And my wife nailed it. I even said, honey, I don't think you can do that. You're just the opposite physically. She nailed it. And I'm so proud that I was able to work with her and have her bring that life, that genuine form out of herself and put it into the character. And that's what I do best. And if people don't want that, then don't come to me for a class. If you don't want me to be disciplined and say, that doesn't work, this is what's going to work, and you've got to work hard to make it work, otherwise there's no purpose in you being here. I don't compliment people. I'm not interested in money. We charge a nominal fee, which is not enough to pay for our even the rental of the theater we're working in. And we've got so many films that are now getting attention. For instance, this one is, suddenly we're getting money for it. It's a great story. It's called A Hero of Our Time, written by a Russian author, Mikhail Lermontov, who is influenced by Pushkin, the great Russian poet. Lermontov is also a great Russian poet. And this book that he wrote, that people are reading now, the script of this book, which will go into production, any of you who want to come have an opportunity to do the readings, have an opportunity to be cast. We are casting the film. We have major stars that want to do it. The director, there are two very famous directors. Martha Fiennes brings Ralph Fiennes and Joseph Fiennes to the table. And Sergei Budov, one of Russia's great directors, will bring everyone to the table. Everyone wants to work with him. So I just want to say to you guys out there who are looking at this, who are paying attention to this, I come from a good and honest place, a creative spirit. I too am an artist. I've worked really hard. I couldn't wait to get to class. I never missed a private class with Lee Strasberg. I never missed the class at the Actors Studio because I was learning. I was intent on learning. Coming from my small town, nobody's an actor or even thinks of being an actor. I learned the process and I worked right away, always. And why am I teaching now? Why do I have a company now? I made a choice. As I was getting older, I said, I want a company. I want to create my own films. I want to direct my own films because that's what I've done. I've directed plays in New York. I directed Hamlet. I directed Richard III. I starred in them. And after I did Hamlet, I got a movie contract and a multiple picture deal with Universal Studios. I've learned to be part Hamlet, part Richard III, part Atahualpa in The Royal Hunt of the Sun, Kilroy in Camino Real, the Earl of Gloucester and King Lear, and so many other characters that I was able to embody. My talent and skill, I shouldn't say this because it sounds egotistical. I am a sensitive guy, too sensitive, hypersensitive. I don't mean to be, I don't want to be. It's been a burden on my life. When I first went to New York as a young guy, 21 years old, 6'4", 240 pounds, football player, people would say handsome. People would look at me and scare the hell out of me. They're looking at me. What do? I have to run. So I'd run down the block, get away from those people looking at me. And I want to be an actor, but they're going to look at me. I've had to learn to deal with that. But from that sensitivity, I've been able to construct the core of Hamlet, the core of Richard III, the core of Earl of Gloucester, the core of Atahualpa, and the Royal Hunt of the Sun, and the core of Kilroy and Camino Real, and so many other plays. And I invite you to take an opportunity to look at our class, see if it's for you. But I only invite those people who want to be artists. I only invite those people who are more interested in their creative talents than they are being on set as an actor, extra. I'm not interested in that. I know that excludes a lot of people that come out here, but I'm not interested in that because they quit. They are not going to be seen by any major casting director because they're an extra. So I send this to you. I send it with my passion. I send it with my love because I believe in the art of the theater, the artist, and the actor. God bless all of you, and I hope to see some of you. Thank you very much. Sorry for my passion, but that's who I am. William Burns, CEO of Willow Tree Entertainment Films, partnered with my wife, Elena Blaskina Burns. Thank you.